Allie with Potomac Beads, and in this Better Beader episode, we're going to answer what are crystals. So you may think crystal in your mind, and you may start to think crystal quartz, something that comes from the ground and that is actually a crystal quartz bead made up of quartz material, whether or not it's crystal quartz or rose quartz. Those items are not to be confused with the man-made and created crystals that you have come to know and love. So I'm often surprised, and I understand where this misconception can come from, when people call or ask questions or tune in to live and they assume when I'm talking about crystals, whether or not it's Swarovski crystals, Potomac crystals, or Preciosa crystals, that they think I am talking about crystal quartz that then is dyed and cut. I assume a lot of people think that Swarovski has these mines that they go and they dig the quartz out of, and then they take them and they use only the clearest materials and dye them to be the colors that they want. Instead, this is inaccurate information that I think is easily passed on. If you have a crystal quartz, that's going to be this naturally occurring rock from the ground. Crystals are usually a leaded glass traditionally. Now that practice has since stopped. They're no longer using the lead in the glass, but it is chemicals that are added to the glass, or to the silicone really, which is a natural material, I guess, that create the glass. Whether or not you're talking, again, Swarovski, Preciosa, even Potomac's, this is going to be a glass. So the glass is infused, and often silver backing is used on the back to make it extra shiny if you're talking about a stone, or they have the nice cut to them, like the bicones here. But it is not actually a material that is found in the ground and then is dyed. It is made from glass. So whether or not it's made by one of those top manufacturers, whether or not you're looking at it from a craft store, these are usually glass. Now there can also be resin crystals, which are going to be basically plastic crystals, but in our use here, for many tutorials and many jewelry making, when we refer to crystals, we are talking about these glass, beautiful crystals that come in tons of different sizes, shapes, and finishes, sometimes having coatings applied like this AB coating or Aurora Borealis coating to the tops of the crystals, which again are just glass. So I know this Better Beader information may not be new to some of you, but for those that are just getting started, I felt like this was helpful information to make them a more educated crafter, more educated shopper, more educated buyer. When they're looking at their different materials, they're looking at the things that they purchase or the things that they make and trying to define what they are, whether or not they're selling it, gifting it, or just keeping it for themselves. Because the word crystal is often joined together with crystals, whether or not they're amethyst or rose quartz or crystal quartz. I don't want it to be confused that when you see a purple Potomac crystal or a purple Preciosa Rivoli, that you're thinking that these are actual quartz like amethyst. They again are just a glass that has been man-made into the brilliance and beautiful color that they have, whether or not they're actually a bead, a stone without a hole, or in a setting. This does not detract in my mind from the beautiful nature of these crystals. And it also makes the price point wonderful that you're not paying for diamonds to include and actually use in your beaded designs. If you have any additional information that you would love to add to this Better Beader episode, make sure to comment below. That way, that helps to build this awesome beading community and give more knowledge to those that are seeking it. As always with these Better Beader episodes, if you want any materials or need any supplies, we are happy to ship them to you. You can check us out at PotomacBeads.com as well as PotomacBeads.eu. If you're in the need for crystals, we've got them. Also remember, if you haven't already, hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads. Any Better Beader episodes, new product launches, as well as our thousands and thousands of tutorials. As always, thanks so much for joining in this Better Beader episode, and I hope this information helped to clear up some misconceptions and to make you a better beader.